guys, welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, for being subscribed. If you're not, hit that button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit that like button. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into this reality chat. I wanted to go a little bit deeper when it comes to how I've said before that Martel, better known as Hotel, better known as Arion's baby wipe, he never loved Melody. And when they were sitting on this reunion panel and Carlos was asking him the question about saying basically, do you not really want to admit that you love Melody because you feel like she's going to in some way try to bury you with it or use it against you? And I just really felt like that was a ridiculous question. It was almost in a way like he was trying to, I'm just going to say it, he was trying to stand up for him in that moment. And it is very disturbing to me that he and some other people don't see how dangerous this man is. One of the reasons why I even started discussing him as much as I have, because initially in the beginning, I've said before that one of my favorite scenes from this show, Love and Marriage Huntsville, was when Melody and he were at Nell and Chris Fletcher's house. And although I didn't like what he was doing, I didn't like what he was saying when he was trying to just throw it in her face because for whatever reason, the Fletchers were trying to get them to be amicable, possibly reconcile, come back together because they had not been divorced yet at that moment. And when Melody said what she said to him, that's one of my favorite scenes. Actually, let's just go there.
I want to be married. Honestly, do y'all want to be married?
To be married, to each other?
Yes, to each other. Ain't nobody here but us.
I didn't know what you was talking about. I didn't know you was talking about do we believe in marriage or we talking about we want to be married to each other?
To each other, not no one else, each other.
Oh.
Melody down there, she playing around, laughing, and like it's not a game. Like for real, we do have 4 beautiful children. I mean, our kids hurt every day.
It is about you too, but it's really about them. Their life, how it's affecting them. You guys placed them here. You both are responsible for them.
With our kids, I was a lot more hands-on than Melody. Period. And not because she was making more money than me, not because she was more busy than me, because I was always on my grind. One of our last little arguments for real was me saying that I kind of want to fall back from really being more hands-on than her. I'm like telling her, okay, like you step in and, you be the dominant parent when raising Milani right there. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like I got burnt out. Me getting up, doing all this, doing all of that.
Well, I hope you're ready to start it over. Go ahead.
Well, maybe if you did everything you're supposed to, maybe I wouldn't be starting over.
Whoa, see, that's y'all.
If you did everything you're supposed to do in my household, I wouldn't be starting over.
That's totally disrespectful.
Because why are you playing me like that?
Because you're sitting there playing me.
Now, the last time we talked, you guys were on the right path. When COVID came, it's like, what happened?
I think we checked out. Yeah, that's what happened. We checked out.
Martell checked out, let's be clear.
You did too.
No, I checked out April 4th when I left. You checked out in March.
Well, I guess, that came along with the disrespecting, calling me the bitches.
I'm a very strong woman, but I wasn't disrespectful to him. The disrespect verbally that came to Martell is when he continuously kept doing things and putting me in situations and putting me in hurtful places. That's when I became, because I did lose respect.
Are you going to keep back trailing to this other woman? Because that's embarrassing for a woman. Cheating is not right.
No, it's not.
You're not supposed to do it, period.
No, you're not.
But it's how they do it. And the thing for me is disrespectful cheating. You keep making a laughing stock out of her. That's a lot to take for a woman, and a woman of her caliber.
Well, no, that was Melody's issue. Why you keep talking to the same? I'm like, God damn, what, you want me to go mess with 20 women? No, I don't. That ain't me. No.
Oh, well.
That was her issue. He's talking to the same person. No.
He talked to multiple.
No. Why you...
Martell has slept with multiple people in this marriage. Let's be clear. Go
Stop
ahead.
lying.
It's not a lie.
Damn. Get tired of you lying so much. You victim.
Oh.
Whoa.
Stop being a victim all the time.
Oh.
It gets on my nerves.
So everybody just heard everything Martell said.
No, because
Martell said I'm playing the victim.
I wish one day people would see the person that you really are. You throw all the damn stones and hide your hands and be the victim. Because when we start going through stuff, I told you what you weren't doing in the marriage.
Okay.
And then you didn't fulfill that. And then, I stepped out because you weren't taking care of me.
Okay.
And then somebody started taking care of me, and now I'm like, I like this, what I went to. And then you still disrespecting me. You still not being the person that I want you to be. This other person I'm talking to, she satisfying me.
I'm tired of hearing you saying that. Know that. I'm tired of hearing you say that. Because it was the truth. You would have been gone and asked for a divorce a long time ago. So don't sit here and act like that's the truth.
Listen, favorite scene from the show. She hit his no good, narcissistic, psychopathic butt in the butt with that glass. And he deserved it. I don't care. Because to sit there prior to him just completely disrespecting her, talking about how he was going to this other place, this other person, they were satisfying him because she wasn't doing what she was supposed to do in the marriage. He was sitting there lying and calling her a liar and a victim and saying that he was pretty much doing everything in the household, taking care of the kids, changing the diapers, putting the kids on the hip while he cooks the dinner. He's giving them baths. He's teaching them how to pray. He's feeding them with his own hands. Like, he was just making it seem like he was Jesus Christ, just came to save this household and everyone and everything in it. And he's a freaking liar. Okay? So, favorite scene, hands down, right? But I wanted to talk about the fact that people like Carlos will sit and try to rationalize things with him. And I get it. This is a reunion. You're sitting there and you're asking questions, right? But discounting how disrespectful this person has been to, like he said in that previous scene that I just played, and I always say this, he loved to say his 4 beautiful children, making it about them. But if it was about the children, he would have put his selfish desires and needs on hold and understand his wife, consider her, work things out with her, versus trying to get his penis wet and being able to bust one because he just felt the need to do that whenever he felt like doing that. You know, it's just disgusting. But yet he will defend that person, like Melody said, that did everything that she possibly could to come between the marriage. I don't believe that Melody cares anymore about him or about her, meaning the other person, having him, if that's what she so desires. But he sat there and said that he was single. So let's just go ahead and get into it.
As she had this ceremony and was changing her last name back to Rogers, was that the final nail in the coffin of any hope of reconciliation between the two of you?
You know, if she was about to get remarried or something like that, you know, I'd understand. But just going off and just changing your name, and I would say out of the blues, like, for what? Why?
Why does it matter to you?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. But I mean, since it's, you know, before me, I'm just speaking on it. That's all.
Yeah, I'm just curious. That's all. In terms of why would it
was
matter?
Before me, you know, we discussing it, so that's just how I feel.
But you also discussed it with Miss Mel.
We were sitting in the scene. I'm sorry. We were talking about it, so
We talked about it in scene, and we talked about it out of scene.
Yeah, he said little things to me out of scene too, so it's not just for a camera.
You feel like you telling the world right now that you're still in love with Melody, you feel Melody would take that and run with it? Or bury you with the truth?
You know, yeah. No. Or you think you get in trouble with your wife?
There you go. Thanks, Marcel.
What was that, Marcel? Who is his wife? Are you in a relationship right now with your child's mother?
No, I'm not. I'm single. Does she think you're in a relationship?
That Marcel is hell today, bro.
He's lying.
Oh, what? You think they're in a relationship?
I do, yeah.
Why you think that?
Because when my kids are there, she's there almost every day.
Does it hurt you that she's around your children?
It does not hurt me, no. More than anything, I go into protective mode. Like, I'm never going to trust someone who adored my family setup so much that they worked their ass off to come between it. Of course, with the help of him, but still.
Our children are perfectly fine.
Like I said, for me, knowing that they are around someone who has said such nasty and vile things about their mother and about their father, even who said multiple things about their father. You see how he defends her? He's bringing up something directly at me when I'm talking about a person who has, for years, as he knows, tried to torture and come in between our marriage, DMing me. See, he knows all of those things, and I could keep going. So when he sits there and tries to defend, how dare you?
You know, I'm open, I'm easy when it comes to certain things that you request.
We've had the
But
conversation.
it's difficult when I request
So
something.
here's the thing. I've never had over 11 people watch my children overnight, never. First right of refusal is overnight, not to watch your children. And they have never stayed. No, they have not.
It's the paperwork.
I know what's in the paperwork. The same way in the paperwork in the court case where you were asked if you were in a relationship with Sheree, you said it was a business arrangement.
All right, so we stop it right there, right? Because it's going into another topic, and the reason is because he wanted to veer off into another subject and deflect and change the subject, because Melody was talking about how he continued to disrespect her, put this other person's feelings above hers, and he showcased that on the stage at that reunion by when Carlos asked her how she felt knowing that this other person who came between her marriage and was so horribly disrespectful to her during the marriage and even after the marriage by calling her dumb, calling her stupid. Who does stuff like that? Who calls a person's wife up who they were sleeping with that person's husband to tell that person how this man is her baby white? Let's just put it like that. That's why I call him Ariane's baby white. It's just utterly disgusting. And that just also shows how low level she is, because all that really is about physical relations so that he can get his needs satisfied and she thinks her needs satisfied. But as we've seen, I mean, Melody said it, he was with multiple people while they were married and disrespecting her, but he continues to come back to her because she really doesn't, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful, even though she doesn't deserve respect, but she really doesn't have the acumen, the brain power, and the wisdom to leave this trash bag alone. Like, seriously. Melody put out the trash, and Ariane, she came and collected it. But he spreads his trash around to whoever wants to get dirty. And we saw that on the show when he had somebody come over to the house during the Houston trip. So she is rightfully, meeting Melody, she is rightfully in her right to be upset about this person being around her children. But again, when he, meaning Carlos, when he asked her about that, and she said, she doesn't feel good. She goes into protective mode because why would I trust and want this person who was so utterly disgusting and disrespectful to me to be around my children? His response is, the kids are fine. Just completely disrespectful. Just completely disrespectful. He does not ever consider her feelings. So that's why when people talk about him still being in love with Melody, first of all, he wasn't in love with her. He was in love with what he got when he got it, the benefits of the relationship, not in love with the woman. I'm sorry. Cheating on someone is not a mistake. It's a bad moral decision. And sometimes people may happen to do that and make a bad moral decision, but to repeatedly, continuously do it over and over and over and over again, that ain't love. You don't love that person. You want this person to allow you to do whatever you feel like when you feel like doing it and sit there and take it. Just like when he told her in that first season when they were having the conversation and he got upset about her discussing cheating and what she went through with him to the other people in the group. And he said, you need to keep that in our household. And she said, you should have kept your penis in the household. Like, he really wanted her to suffer in silence and just deal with it. And it's so disrespectful. So this man is dangerous. The fact that he got arrested finally, because apparently they were looking for his butt and he was ducking and dodging because they had a warrant out for him. He deserved to be arrested. He doesn't deserve probation. Even if he cops a plea, he deserves to serve some time. Will he? I'm honestly not sure about it. I really don't think that they will. I really don't. So, will he ever learn? I just don't know. People like him are far from really being helped. They really have to get so low and so broken before they can truly say, I don't want to live this way anymore, or I don't want to live anymore. And you can take that for what it's worth, but I'm just being honest. Years ago, I had a client whose husband, he was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. I haven't seen this woman in many, many, many years. I hope she's doing well. She was actually a Caucasian woman. Not that it matters, but I'm just putting that out there. And she and he had a child together, a little girl. She's a cute little girl. But she was telling me about how he was just repeatedly, over and over again, disrespecting her, being unfaithful in the marriage, and how she was just trying to continuously make it work and work it out. And he was abusive in some ways. I don't know if he was sitting there like just pounding her out. I don't think so. But you just never know. You don't know what goes on behind closed doors and in somebody's household unless they tell you. And if you choose to believe them or not. But she said that they were trying to do counseling, and the counselor pretty much told her, there really is nothing that I can do for him. Borderline personality disorder and narcissism, they're closely intertwined. Martell is somebody that really isn't capable of being helped. So when I say that he is a psychopath and he's dangerous, I mean that. No regular person who has been unfaithful to their spouse, to their wife specifically, would try to plot to destroy them, to put out revenge, PORN, to make them look like a slut. No regular person who has been disrespectful and unfaithful to their wife because they claim they weren't getting their needs satisfied is not going to go out here calling their wife and now ex-wife a whore, a slut. You've been with too many men for me to want to be with you and all this other stuff. Like, it's just not normal. This is not normal behavior. So I don't understand anyone that tries to defend him or to say, Melody just keeps talking about this. She keeps going on and on about this. She doesn't. I'm quite sure she would rather not discuss herself and him in any capacity anymore. Unfortunately, she is still having to deal with him because of the children. And he is the lowest of the low. He is the scum of the earth, just like Melody said. And he continuously calls her what he is, a liar. And so Carla's having to stand up over him, tell him to stop it, but he'll still try to defend him. We'll see. We'll see where this goes. But like I said before, he does not deserve a platform. He is a psychopath. He needs a psychiatrist, but even a psychiatrist would probably say, this is above me. I can't help him. He needs Jesus. And he has this sort of God complex. So those are the types of people that really nobody can help, not even Jesus and God. They're like, look, don't waste your prayers on him because there's nothing that I can even do for him. And I'm being real about that. I really am. So anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks for being here, for liking and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until the next time, I just wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.